I have been cutting and grinding some parts that I'm going to use for the exhaust system. Okay, I'm going to try to tack these two pieces to here where I think it's going to fit. So it's going to be some struggle most likely. Okay, now I have tacked it in place, hopefully. So now I can loosen all the bolts and take the pieces to the welding table and do a little bit better weld there. Okay, now they are painted. So now I just have to make gaskets and mount it. Okay, it's time to mount the gasket and start completing the exhaust system. So I have a new gasket here. I just cleaned it with acetone. Not the gasket, but the engine. And then I have to clean this one as well, like that. Then I'm gonna find the torque in the workshop manual. And after I've been finding that, I'm gonna torque them down. Okay, I made this exhaust pipes yesterday and painted them, and they have been curing during the night. So now I'm going to make some gaskets for those. I bought this gasket roll, which I can use. So the plan is to just to put them on top like that. I just use a scissor to make it. Both gaskets are done. Okay, I'm quite happy with this temporary exhaust pipe. I have to start up this engine and I don't know if it's run yet. And until I know that the engine is running and everything is clean, and so I have to run it a few hours before I'm putting a turbo there and change the oil and everything after that. And when I know this is running and everything is okay, I'm gonna change out this low piece, put the turbo here and make the bend go into the turbo instead. So I'm quite happy with it as it is right now. I'm able to test the engine. Okay, this is electrical board for the engine that I have been constructing, bending it and welding it and now grinding it. So I'm gonna make it ready and paint it, and I'm gonna mount it to the engine and mount all the electrical equipment inside here. So I'm gonna stand like this. So there's side walls and kind of roof. Takes away most of the dust and stuff, but well, it is what it is. Okay, I just got the plug for the diesel shut-off solenoid. So I just mounted it and connected it to the wires I have been pulling. Start to be a lot of wires, lacking those two sensors. Those are old and probably not working anymore. So I ordered two new, and I'm going to connect them when I get them. I have also connected oil temperature sensor and the dynamo or alternator. It's connected and rewired. The starter is connected and rewired, and I have been making this electrical box and are connecting everything there now. So, and well, it looks like a worm nest, but there is some sanity in the insane amount of wires. So I will come there someday. The radiator fan is connected and wired. It's not that much left to connect. These 4 wires. They're going to go to a relay that's going to sit here in that screw hole. But the relay is still in the mail, so I haven't got it yet. So I'm waiting for that one. But I got this one today, so now I can connect it to that one and connect these 2 wires to that one. So I got the signal, and if it's going to make power or not, and well, then I'm going to start up the engine and see that it runs and everything is okay before I put the heat resistant tape outside of that one. But it starts to take shape. Okay, I'm done connecting the plug to the alternator and the plug to the wires going down here. So now I only have that relay left here in this power box, which is in the mail. And then I have those 2 sensors left as well that I have to connect. But they are also in the mail. Finally, I got my 2 sensors. It's going to fit here and here. So I'm going to mount them and connect them to the wires too. Hopefully they fit. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Change those 2. I finally got the lamp timer relay, so now I just have to connect the 4 wires. Okay, just to connect them. I'm done with connecting all the wires in this engine mounting plate. Been pulling all the wires new for the whole engine, so it's a little bit milestone here. Okay, I've been pulling all the control wires in this one, so they are going back to the cabin, and then I have the main power. The negative is going to the chassis. I'm not done. I'm gonna have to take away the paint and make it real to the chassis, but the idea is there. It's stuck there, and then it's going up to the engine as well. And the positive, it's coming from the battery compartment here, through a circuit breaker and into the main breaker, which I'm going to have something like here, so I can turn it on here or off. And the positive is going there, and the negative is going in this one. And then I have this connection pad for the negative and this for the positive, so I can take out for some equipment if I need light and so on. And the positive, it's turned on by the key. So I have been making the key as well. This is starting the engine and the whole machine. And here in the back I have the diesel tank measurer. It's connected, so I just have to put it in there and tighten it to the tank. And here I have the diesel lines. It's the main diesel which going to the engine. It's gonna be connected to this one, and then the return, when it's giving too much diesel to the engine, so it's coming back in this return and back into the tank. And in this compartment here, I'm going to build it as a compartment with the walls in between, so the tank compartment here in the back, and here it's going to be the hydraulic compartment, and then I have the battery compartment in front of that. On this side I have been changing that hose for the oil pump that you can drain the engine with. I also put on hose to the new diesel filter. The diesel filter is there. The oil filter is here, it's also changed. And then I've been putting heat resistant tape around all the wires that I have been pulling on this side. And I've been putting this temporary air suction hose, because I'm planning to put a turbo on this one later on, but until I know that the engine is working well, I have to have this temporary without turbo. So I had to turn around that air filter this way and put a hose for the suction. On this side I have also been putting heat resistant tape on all the wires that might get heat from the exhaust system or the future turbos. That's going to be here. The exhaust pipe is ready. Alternator is changed. The fan for the radiator and the plate which I was cutting out. So electrical board is done. Now I have also been padding and taping the wires that's going back, so they're not so in danger of getting harmed. So soon we can test drive it. Okay, I've also made electrical plan that shows how I have been connecting things on the forwarder. It's okay that I remember it tomorrow and maybe next day, but 2 years or 3 years from now, when I have a fault, I might not remember how I have been pulling all the wires. So it's okay to have that on a piece of paper. I have the battery here, and all the plus lines are showing, and all the components used. I have been making those in a CAD system, so they might not be as they should be, but I understand my own drawing, so that's the point. I have the starter and all the small things. I have the key and how the key can give out signals, like in the off position, glow position, and on position, and in the start position. I also have the glow plugs, the dynamo or alternator. I have the glow relay and glow timer, and the lights for the glow lamp is on, and the charging is on from the dynamo. I also have the stop solenoid here, and the fan for the cooling system on the engine. I also have the plus connection plate and the negative connection plate here, if I have some equipment that I want to mount and I don't want to use the negative directly to the chassis of the forwarder, so I can connect them between those two and have plus and minus 12 volts. I also have the sensors giving signals or the temperature on the engine to the main display here, which I have been making. And I also have the tank measure that shows how much diesel there is in the tank. So everything shows up in this main display in the forwarder. So I'm quite happy to have achieved to draw all this down so I remember, and I think that's a good plan. This is going to be the holder for the main switch. It's going to be like a box, just have to bend it. I just burned out what's going to be the battery holder. Okay, the battery box is now in place, so the battery have a safe place to stay. And the main breaker has a safe place to be. The battery compartment is ready painted, so now I can put the battery there. Okay, I have tried to start the engine, no luck with getting it to run. And after a bunch of unsuccessful tries on different things, I can see that this pump only delivers diesel on this one. That one, and that one is dry, so there's not coming any diesel in the tubes to the nozzles. So that's an obvious reason why it doesn't start, but it might be more. But I don't know why this one is not giving any diesel out on this, because if I open this one, there is diesel all over the garage. It is very high pressure in here. So most likely this one is pumping the diesel into the filter and back to here, and then the pressure is stuck somewhere inside here. And I've tried to open this shut-off solenoid and took it away here so it doesn't shut off the diesel, but it doesn't come any diesel anyway. I don't know if it's really working like that, but since it's shut off, I believed it might be that this pin was a little bit too long, maybe, even though it's pulling it. So there is something wrong with this big iron blob, and I have to go into it a little bit deeper into the material. I've loosened all the high pressure pipes, taking away the air filter system, the stop solenoid, and fuel lines in and out. And there is a small watch hole there, which I have been opening. There is a fork, a spring, a nut, and a slider. And we have to be very, very careful with that, according to internet. But I have to loosen them to be able to get that part out. So it might go, or it might go to hell. I loosened the spring and it went in there somewhere, and then I loosened the nut, and the fork is now loose. So now I hope I'm gonna be able to lift this out when I loosen it. Okay, I've lifted it out, and no wonder why it doesn't work. Full of rust. And the same goes here. Full of rust. Okay, I have a conclusion. Due to all the rust inside that diesel pump, I've decided that I'm going to disassemble the whole engine, quite far anyhow, just to make sure that there isn't that kind of rust all over inside it. I don't want to put a lot of effort and money into an engine that gonna more or less explode when I start it, or at least get damaged due to all the rust inside. And I have now opened, as you saw, the diesel pump, and it didn't look good. So I'm gonna dismantle all I have been making and start taking the engine apart, looking at the valves and so on. And if it looks good under there, well, then I don't do much more. But I'm gonna open up the timing wheels as well, because they are going to do that. And well, I have a lot of work to do, so this is the last video of the engine for now, for a while at least, and I'll be back with more engine later.